Okay, so for one of our first endings, to get to the next route, we need to slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it?
Not quite.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Probably not.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
I mean, we've seen it before countless times.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah, of course not. It's not that easy. It was too easy.
Over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Why not?
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, you need to check her pulse for this to continue.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
But
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
yep, we'll be seeing you in the next chapter.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah, but now,
Everything goes dark, and you die.
yep, of course. But now that we know that we're both almost godlike, or at least godlike creatures, now we know kind of why neither of us can die. Yep, chapter 2, the Razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that, you're here to slay her. Oh, she will lie.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Proceed to the cabin as always.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, this place definitely looks worse for wear, but yeah, as always, the cabin is still here.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Just ignore the mirror. What do we do? Okay, for this first one, we'll just simply enter the basement without the blade.
Are we really doing this without a weapon? You know she has one, right?
Yep, but we're still gonna go in anyway.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking, but now that you mentioned the knife again, maybe I should have brought the knife with me.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
And there's definitely something wrong with her.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
Yeah, because as always, she
As you
remembers.
descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I come closer, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you?
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to not stabbing distance to help me.
Yeah, right. Just like we did to you.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Right. Totally didn't
Last
happen.
time? What are you talking about?
Right, you've forgotten all this.
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Well. What can we talk about? Okay, well, we can approach her, turn and leave, go and retrieve the knife. Hey, what if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world. You killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart.
that doesn't sound like me.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, actually, nah. I don't think any of us in this situation have any form of luxury.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
Well, I mean, this is the narrator we're talking about, so...
No, I have my dignity. Fine, and we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Okay, well, that's exactly how it happened, so you do remember it.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
I mean, yeah. If I was in the position, I totally would.
I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
And I have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
I mean, you got your hands behind your back, so...
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Well, I mean, in one of the endings, you quite literally chopped me in half and ate my entrails, so...
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
I mean, we kind of have, but...
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
I don't have a weapon. Isn't that a sign of goodwill?
Yes! Yes, of course! Haven't you seen that I've only been nice to you since you got here?
Has she? Her words have been fine, but her general attitude's been weird and extremely suspicious. And I think that's what really counts. This shouldn't even be a question. She absolutely has not been nice to you.
Prove it then. Prove that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Okay, so where does she have the knife then? Because I thought she was hiding it in her hands, but... Unless she's shoved it up her ass or something. But what if you're just hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
Well, I mean, you got a couple of extra holes there. You might be able to hide it somewhere in.
Wait, that sounds like a mine, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Yeah, I'm sure a few of you would love to search those secret hiding holes.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, There's nothing hidden there.
You sure about that?
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
Well, I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that before?
I think I've said my piece at this point.
Yeah.
I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, we killed each other last time. I'd rather not do it again.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed.
Because we're pretty much godlike creatures and, infinite looping worlds and whatnot. Because, yeah, apparently we can't leave this world without leaving together, so. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach. Okay, I'm bored now.
No.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit.
Oh.
In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Well, you got a blade for her arm. Okay, so that's where she's been hiding it. And that must have been pretty fucking painful.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm.
Yeah, of course she cuts through her arm. Again. God, what is it with chopping off body parts in this game?
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
Yeah, we might need to run now.
She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. That won't stop us from trying. Run, 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 run! You sprint for the stairs, but I wasn't exaggerating when I said she was running at you with a terrifying speed you couldn't hope to outpace. We don't make it, do we? No. You feel her blade in your back before you make it to the first stair.
Well, it was worth a try.
I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah, no shit.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Damn it. Ooh, Chapter 3, No Way Out.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Also, this is a bit of a predicament. These look like blades. And not the types of blades of... try it again. Not the blade of grass type of blades.
You're what? I feel dizzy.
Oh, okay, we can actually do that. Interesting. Also, sorry, didn't mean to skip over the dialogue.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Who cares about cards? You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun. Is this fun for you? It's not fun for me. I don't like being sliced to pieces. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay, I don't like this. I'm not even in control either now.
And then, we throw it out the window.
Oh,
What?
okay.
That blade is the only edge we have. We are not. Too late. Unfortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world, yes.
Sorry, I'm so used to being able to click through these when it pauses. Yeah, sometimes they just automatically interrupt and I accidentally skip through the dialogue, so...
That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it.
You're all so mad at each other, I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do.
So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
Okay, well, let's approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Yeah, well, too bad for us we never get to actually fully see what we look like.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Want the mirror clean. Long drawn out sigh. But yeah, it's just gonna disappear as soon as we reach for it. Yep, there it
Reach
goes.
forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea.
That was you!
I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
I definitely hate all the bodily noises, if you could call them that. Yeah, she got weapons for arms. More to slice us with.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
Well, this is I'm gonna try flirting with her. Of course, there's that option. All these ideas suck. Think up of something better. I have to go with this one. I have to try at least.
Now that is an interesting move. Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
I mean, we successfully flirted with her once. Why not try again?
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
Well, if you don't want us to flirt with her, don't give us the bloody option.
Of course we do. I'm into it. The one making the decisions is into it. Are you not? I don't think so. I don't know. I could go either way, honestly. She doesn't want us. You're just saying that because you want her to be into you. I know. I thought I was being obvious.
So everybody's on board then. Great. I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are? I just feel like I really get you. I like you, romantically even. Maybe we can hash this out over a date. Go give her the look. How about buy me dinner before bailing? I have to go with this last choice. I have to.
The look.
Yeah, the look.
Yeah, the best flirts know how to flirt without saying anything. We just have to let her know, right? You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Fuck yes. We're getting there, lads.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, hell yeah. It's that easy.
Oh, be damned, this is actually going to work, isn't it?
I highly doubt it, but it's worth a try.
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Hell yeah. I think.
Or not.
I don't like her flappy arms.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before. Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you and skewers you.
Yay.
Ow.
Man, I love that.
What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
We're about to die.
Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I mean, we're in the process of dying, but...
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think he means how many times have we died? Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We'll win her heart eventually.
I mean, we tried that smitten and it got us killed.
Come on, show me something new.
Why, you want to hear my voices inside my head? Her swords for she has swords for arms, and we don't. we're panicking. Doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Memory blurs as your consciousness leaks from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Just panic. Flee.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers you.
More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging, just keep dodging.
Yeah, I don't like that every time we die she appears to get more blades.
She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window.
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
She skewers you.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time.
Fine.
One last time. None of this is working. Think. Think.
She skewers you.
Yeah, we don't really have much time to think. With all us dying.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
One final time. Ooh, chapter 4, The Empty Cup.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Yeah, we've never had a chapter 4 before. We've only gone up to chapter 3. Huh.
No steel claw, though.
Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, Universe. A sick, sick joke.
Yeah, well, the only other thing that... Oh, actually, no, nothing's been permanent. Because I was going to say that... Well, the only... Let me try that again. The only things that have been permanent is that there's been a forest and there's a cabin. That's about it.
If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're covered in steel.
We've pretty much proven that we definitely need it.
Yeah, mind over matter. Who needs violence when you have love?
Who needs love when you've mastered yourself?
Who needs anything when we don't matter?
Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Cool, finally.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
No, we've been through this before, so it's not real much of a point.
Don't care. Just want to see how this ends. Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
Yeah, here we are.
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Sure, what is it? More
I'm not
blades?
going to wait for an answer. I'm just gonna show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
And he's just saying nothing.
You gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Great, he's not going to give it to us, is he?
Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
I don't like this.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
We're screwed. Too bad we didn't have that knife, otherwise we... Or at least have some sort of throwing knife so we could just throw it at her heart. In this.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
Of course you would still love her after all this.
Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Unless you want to get a heap of, like, paper cuts and shit.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Yeah, I don't think so, unless we want to cut ourselves up.
That looked painful.
She doesn't feel pain much, unlike we do.
How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator?
Yeah, can you all be quiet for just a minute?
It's so quiet.
Oh, him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Yeah, you probably should. Do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form. And yet, there is seemingly nothing for her to crash against. Again and again she swings at you, but it never really was a you to swing at.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
Yeah, well now we're a corporeal form, so... Crunch. Swings again, and this time she hits Sonic. Or Sonic hits her. She looks down in confused terror as her arms bend and folds in upon itself.
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her metal body bends outward. Very contact with what you are, repelling her to the point of destruction. The din of shrinking metal subsides. Something small and delicate falls into your hand. It's a heart. Beats gently, calmly in your palm. You're welcome, I guess. Not another word is spoken. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her place. You do so. Angry gaze. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Yeah, and we got on quiet again.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I mean, really got a heart left to that. But yeah, again, okay, I want to see what happens if we destroy our body. Raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space that your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward, gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Okay. What happens if we attack the entity? The will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay, well, that explains that now. Well, but anyway, gotta end this.
As we are.
Yeah, whatever, make me forget.
She asks that I tell
Yeah,
you
but
she won't.
Yeah, whatever. Die. Yeah, what if she's bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going.
Yeah, I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine, then I guess we're at an impasse?
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Stare at the princess while holding on to the blade.
Stare at the princess, squinting fiercely. She squints back.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Maybe.
You'll have to blink eventually. Just make a choice.
Okay, well, let's try slaying her now.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
Yeah, no shit.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
I mean, we've had worse happen to us, so...
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yeah, chapter 2, the tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A warning. Before she will lie, we might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Yeah, well, we didn't have any other choices. And we've ended so many worlds already, so what's another one?
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Okay, let's take the blade.
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
You listen to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh, she got the fucked up voice again.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay, well, let's continue down the stairs. What
Making your
monstrosity
way
is she
down the
going to be
spiral
this time?
staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Okay, this form I can fuck with.
The
All way
chain
to
is
one.
nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I mean, wouldn't mind if this one steps on me.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Whatever you say.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Huh? Sure.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
I mean, if you continue to call me your good little whatever, sure.
The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with her.
And yet here we are, not doing exactly as what you asked us to do.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then, and there's nothing we can do to stop her now. He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before, and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her?
I mean, I wouldn't mind, her destroying me now.
That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Yeah, you're supposed to end the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
I mean, sure. Fuck it. I am.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind my body being altered by you, so...
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
So, you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I mean, you are right.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
I mean, with you by my side, I'm not complaining.
Submit now. Submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Okay, well, let's pledge yourself to her.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yes, yes you are.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
As long as you get to break me.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
What have you...
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me.
Oh yeah, don't worry about them. They're nothing.
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Yes, I am. And wouldn't mind if you stepped on me.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Interesting. I don't think we really had them interact before. Finally.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. This is happening now.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Let's break a chain.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
Okay, I thought we were gonna chop off her arm again, but okay, I can deal with that.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
I am all yours, my lady. I am all yours. Take her hand, yes. Aw, come on, you can't let me have this moment. You don't take her hand, or you ever. It's time to leave. I just wanted my moment.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Once... I think first one I've actually wanted to... I was down bad for, I don't get a chance with her. God damn it.
And is that a...
Yeah, we already fucking done all this. Whatever. Yeah.
I don't want to look at us.
Yeah, just get over and done with. Yeah, I've grown. Yay. Well, Sonic was definitely growing when I was in her presence. Like, she could barely even fit in there.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes.
Okay, well, yeah. Yep, well, time to go back again.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
You step forward, your grip.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Okay, this is slightly different.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt!
And we've felt a lot worse up until
Though
this
she's
point.
unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Yeah, let's finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Or at least somebody enjoyed it, I
The
guess.
princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Nope, we still got a lot more to do.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Chapter 2, The Adversary.
You're on a path you're here to...
Yeah, let's there. Okay, proceed to the cabin. Okay, what voices are we gonna get this time?
warning.
Whatever.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Okay, we got the stubborn this
Are
time.
you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna enter the
A
basement.
knife this time. Right then, fisticuffs it is. Probably more fair to her anyway. Wouldn't want to feel like we cheated our way to a win. As long as you can still get the job done. And don't forget that the blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind.
Yeah, whatever.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
I mean, at least this one sounds normal compared to her other counterparts, like the nightmare. Yeah, I definitely still had nightmares about that one.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Okay, we found your, type of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
What do you do with that till? Want to find out? I mean, I wouldn't mind finding out, maybe.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. But no little knife this time, huh? Ugh, I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch.
Yeah, you look different.
Aside from your empty hands, you look exactly the same.
Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing?
Yeah, we're just not gonna acknowledge her change of form again?
Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. Enough is enough, I believe you. And that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Yeah, you got me. Pretty much everything you said is true.
I know. You and the princess have been talking about it.
You don't have to be so snarky.
Right, anyway. Hey, don't worry, I'm always up for a good fight. In fact, the only reason I came down here without a weapon is because having a knife felt unfair.
Then why are you just standing there? Fight me.
Fine, let's do this, I guess.
I guess we'll have to see how this goes. Your hands empty, you charge the princess.
Quit the pessimism, will you?
Right? It's almost like you don't want us to beat her.
No, look, I'm rooting for you, I really am. I'm just doing my best to keep my expectations grounded. You don't have a weapon. You're supposed to have a weapon.
We'll be fine. Just watch.
You attack, fists raised, and the two of you fall into combat. Your clawed fingers tear into her flesh, and her fists and elbows return the blows in kind, bruises blossoming in her wake, and blood vessels rupturing in vivid sprays of gore.
Yeah, I'm sure the masochists of you out there are really enjoying this.
Not bad. You're tougher than I thought you'd be.
Hear that? She respects us. We can pull this off.
Yeah. You're right.
But without that knife, you'll never be enough.
Her knee connects with your sternum with a loud, violent crack. The wind leaves your lungs, and as you struggle for breath, you can feel something flooding in to fill the space. Hot blood, suffocating you from the inside.
You have to want to kill me. Like this.
You don't so much as see her movement before she deals the killing blow. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, I expected a lot worse, but at least it was quick.
Are you serious? That's it?
That's it.
Like hell it is. We're not giving up that easy. Now get up.
Didn't you hear me? You're dead. There's no getting up from that.
Oh. You can either get up or die. Sure, let's get up.
Wait, no, that's not right. You're
Not dead anymore.
Yes. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. You're alive.
Fuck yeah.
The princess takes a step back and looks down at her pulp-covered fists.
I could have sworn I killed you. That's your face splattered on the walls and dripping from my hands.
Wait, no, my face? You're joking, right? You're exaggerating. I still have my face, right?
You don't. I don't even know how you're talking to me.
You raise your hands and touch the front of your head. She's not wrong.
What? What did she do? What are we missing?
Can we get that mirror to check on ourselves?
Who cares if we're missing our face? We can fight just fine without one.
I mean, whatever reason we can see just fine, so... let's attack the princess then, I guess.
The two of you clash once more. It's not as one-sided as I feared, but it's still a far cry from what I'd hoped. Her injuries, though numerous, pale in comparison to yours, and the wounds you've inflicted upon her barely seem to have slowed her down. As much as you're trying to ignore it, adrenaline pushing you far past your limits, every movement burns.
This is getting boring. Are you even trying to keep up with me?
She lands another devastating, no, lethal blow. Everything goes dark. Again. And you die. Again.
You know what I'm going to say.
That we're not dead?
We're not dead. Come on, get up. If we can just keep going, we're bound to wear her down eventually.
Are you sure she can't do what we're doing right now?
There's only one way to find out.
Okay, let's get up again. I think we can only die so many times before we actually
Once more,
die
you
for a
push
final
yourself
time.
back to your mangled feet.
How are you still moving? How are you still doing anything?
I have no idea.
Bodies aren't supposed to look like that.
An uncharacteristic terror seems to grip her voice. Have we ever seen her afraid before?
No, we haven't actually.
No, we haven't.
This is how we win. We can do this forever.
I'm going to put you out of your misery. I don't like looking at you like this. You're all twitching and wrong.
I'd like to see her try. We're invincible.
Not entirely, I don't think.
Her fist flies towards where your
Ow.
face used to be, your twisted body incapable of moving out of the way. And then you see nothing. Everything goes dark and we die?
Yeah.
Yes, something like that.
Oh, come on. Where's your enthusiasm now, stubbornness?
Well, don't you have something to say? Yeah, I quit.
Aw, that easily? Chapter 3, The Fury.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, I don't
And at
like
the
this
end of
world.
that path.
Alright, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time.
I don't like how fleshy this place is.
Now, why would we ever do that? Because she absolutely destroyed us?
She sure did, but what a great way to go.
We lost our face.
Yes, it was hilarious.
If you say so.
It was horrifying. Does it matter? We lost.
Oh, why so glum, Rage?
Boy, I thought you were brave. I thought you were proud. Was all that bravado just hot air?
Look, it was just... The fight was better the first time, and the first time we had a weapon.
Well, this is just great.
Let me cut to the chase. Clearly you've already been here.
Not in this forest.
Yeah, you think? What does here even mean, though? You've told us about the path of the princess and all of that already, but this is a very different path than the last one.
Yeah, it's a little too fleshy for my liking.
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off.
Just a little?
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great.
If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
So you knew this could happen? You knew we'd be able to restart like this?
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Okay, proceed to the cabin. Now this one's gonna look.
Good. We're all on the same page.
At least from the outside it looks normal, but...
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her.
Yeah, also I don't like that these all look like claws reaching out to the cabin.
That's it? No final words of advice?
I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
Don't be so hard on yourself. We all wind up in creative ruts now and then. I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you could think of something worth telling us.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight.
Yeah, I don't like how... what this looks. I mean, I was expecting a lot worse, but still. I don't like that they got like a little drain here for the blood.
But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
Yeah, you know what this kind of reminds me of? That, red grippy stuff that's in the game Amnesia, The Dark Descent, if you ever remember that. Kind of reminds me of that. Actually, this is kind of like a rune that you would see in that game. Kind of. Just a lot darker.
I think it's kind of nice. Makes the room feel alive, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not the good kind of live, though.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We'll need it if we want to do things right.
I say we leave it to rust. Let's not make the same mistake twice. We could have won if we had it last time. Take it.
Sure, let's take it.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
That's no fun. And you're not even holding it right.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Oh? And how do you suggest we hold it? The other way. Shut.
Yeah, we've already been through this before. Let's approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. Almost as if you don't see it. But you must, because it's right there in front of you.
All we see is a damn mirror.
It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean? Wipe what clean? The door? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front of a door. Whatever non-door thing you think you're looking at, it isn't real, because if it were real, I'd know about it. But it has to be real. It's right there.
Does it matter if it's actually real or not? Talking about it gets under his skin. That's all that matters. We should talk about it even more.
Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Hey, what is she gonna do? Escape from there? Ooh. Huh, we get to try and smash it this time. We've never gotten an option like this before.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
But of course, it disappears.
As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
So you've returned. Do you intend to weakly claw your fingers across my skin? Or have you finally decided to try and kill me properly? I think you'll find it won't be so simple. I've changed. The way your flesh felt grinding beneath my fist, it woke something in me. That wasn't a fight. It was something worse. I'm something worse now. Why don't you come down and see what you've made of me?
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
Hear that? Well, sounds like we got to her last time. Let's keep pushing, see what else we can make happen.
Yeah, let's continue down.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
And...
The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
Okay, this one actually looks kind of cool. Really love the design of it. Also, don't like the flushiness of it either.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Wait, the dress is her own skin? Ew, I don't like it anymore.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Oh, I have a few ideas.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
Again, what is it with tearing body parts off, even if it is just the skin?
She is loose, and she is coming for you. She wants us to be afraid because she wants us to think she can make us suffer. Don't give her the satisfaction.
I mean, she can definitely make us suffer. We've felt it one too many times.
That's right. No fear. She's bigger than the last time, but she's pulling herself apart. She's practically done most of the work for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna end you, Trader Slayer.
Try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
My poor testes and intestines and everything inside me.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever.
Well, could you just put my insides back inside of me first before you start? Because I don't think it's gonna last much longer. This is what I'm gonna have to be dealing with.
Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Oh well, I guess we're not gonna do this. No. Hey, do you mind just fixing me back up before we continue this? True to her word, you do not die by her hand. No, you ever. Time for you to leave.
She's gone.
Yeah, we've been through this. I broke the mirror.
This doesn't. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
What, me?
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Yep, and I've withered.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Okay, decided to go down the route of turning back and not going to the cavern, and yeah, I picked a different route than going down the center this time.
The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
I mean, that doesn't seem too bad.
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
And then we're just back here again. Wondering what happens if I sit closer here.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely the wrong choice.
The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her.
I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed?
I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled?
How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted?
But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Okay, I can try and slay her.
Steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart. The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
I don't like this. It was too easy.
It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now.
You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises?
It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone. And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here.
Yeah, we've already seen this reward, and I don't fucking like it.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
Hey, we can just destroy the mill, actually. You've heard enough. I already know what you are. You are the long quiet, vast and nascent god. It is finally time for you to wake up. All this is you. Okay, proceed to the cabin one last time. Yeah, we read through all that. Okay, well. What happens now?
Ever the path.
Okay, we pretty much already done that. Here we left.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot. Violence and passion are dances that both of us may learn. If this is what it takes to... I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go. Faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dark corners of a forgotten place, flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
Okay, let's try addressing the vessel statement directly. Yeah, I deserved what you did to me.
There is no deserve, no punishment, no retribution. There's only action and reaction.
Okay, to the next one. Yeah.
My masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There's only
end.
the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the flood
In every
of
moment you
bodies.
hold every possible
In
sensation
every
at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once. And then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Okay, let's do the universal statement again. To contain everything is to contain every evil alongside every good. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create?
Without the contrast of pain, pleasure is muted, made dull by the assurance that it will always be. A song that is only sweet is a pale horizon that never falls.
What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
Hey, I'm not my body, but I feel my body suffer.
Do you suffer now? Let go of what you think yourself to be and exist. You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
I mean, I definitely don't regret it.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Hey, Miss Lynn, that was you.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken. She is me as much as I was her.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb.
The clash between you and Bates began to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, Hero's back. Yay! You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Well, here we go.
Here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Still the same place. And yeah, there's a lot of divineness of her out there. I can see that.
Need me to describe things?
No, I'm good. I like that for old time's sake. Isn't the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Good riddance. Hey, it's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Well, anyway, let's take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
That's for sure. Okay, well, let's go to the basement one final time.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Sure, why not? Are you the same as you were out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
At least not in this run. But that's definitely something to think about. Would Rhysane do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
How do you know that things won't end worse? What if, when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring out the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you.
Oh, really?
And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
I mean, a little. We've definitely gotten to know each other a lot over the course of this game. We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually something is going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Okay, well, let's agree to our plan then.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Aw, I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Can we at least get a hug before we go? Ow. And we're back to chapter 1.
You're on
Man,
a
that was
path
honestly
in the
kind of
woods,
sad.
and at the end of that
That was a
path
sad
is
ending.
a cabin,
I don't like it.
and in the basement of that cabin, you're here to sleep.
Yeah, well, anyway, I still got a handful of endings to go through, so I'm gonna go through them. So yeah, we're definitely still not done with this. Oh, and it just ends there. Huh. I thought we were just gonna play through it again, but yeah, just roll credits. Oh yeah, and here's our playlist again. Got a few different ones this time.